57. Innocent Demands. Author's POV. Jackie pulled her in until their faces were just inches apart. His left index finger traced a slow, feather-light stroke along her right cheek, sending shivers down her spine. Had he touched her this way days ago, she would have reacted differently. But now, everything felt different. His touch wasn't just intimate. It was filled with warmth, care, and an unspoken love that made her feel cherished and safe. Her skin tingled as he caressed the back of her hand with his right one, while his left thumb grazed her lips ever so lightly. A sharp breath escaped her lips. His gaze, dark with longing, was fixed on her mouth as if he were battling the urge to claim it. She couldn't meet his eyes. Instead, she kept hers shut, surrendering to the moment. His body was still warm with fever, but her presence alone seemed to breathe life back into him. Everything about him, his eyes, his lips, his touch, was demanding her. And she knew, deep down, that she wanted this just as much. "Love," he whispered, his voice husky. She murmured, eyes still closed. A moment of silence passed between them before he spoke again. I just want to..." Her breath hitched. "Want to..." she echoed, waiting. Jackie swallowed hard, hesitating for a brief second. Then, instead of pulling away, he brought his lips dangerously close to her ear. His warm breath tickled her skin as he whispered, "I want you to stay. Here, with me. Right now." A pause. Then, softer, more vulnerable, "Don't leave me." The warmth of his breath against her ear sent a shiver through her. But this wasn't new anymore. She always felt this way when he came close, her heart racing, her breath faltering, her body reacting in ways she couldn't control. "Whenever I see you, Mr. Dawson, my heartbeat races. When you come closer, breathing becomes difficult," she confessed silently in her mind. "Say something, love," he whispered again, his voice almost pleading. She didn't respond with words. Instead, she slid her arms around his neck, resting them on his shoulders, and closed the last bit of distance between them. Hugging him tightly, she pressed herself against him, silently conveying what she couldn't say aloud. It wasn't a confession, at least not in words, but it was a silent promise, a surrender to the feelings neither of them could ignore anymore. A satisfied smile tugged at his lips as he held her just as tightly, closing his eyes. He played with the strands of her long hair, his fingers teasingly running over the nape of her neck, sending small ticklish shivers down her spine. Neither of them wanted to move. Neither wanted the moment to end. Then click. The door creaked open. Jamal stepped inside but froze in place, eyes widening at the sight before him. Jackie noticed him immediately. Without breaking the embrace, he lifted a single finger to his lips, silently gesturing for Jamal to stay quiet. Jamal blinked, then quickly nodded in understanding. Without a word, he carefully stepped back and closed the door behind him, leaving them undisturbed. Jackie inhaled Lavanya's scent. It was like a garden filled with fresh, blooming flowers. The warmth of her body against his was intoxicating. This time he wouldn't let anything ruin the moment. "I won't let anyone take this away from me, love." Both of them had so much to say, yet neither dared to break the silence. Lavanya wondered whether she should confess her feelings, while Jackie struggled to gather the courage to express his. But in the back of their minds, fear lurked, the fear of what might happen next. What if you don't understand? What if you leave after knowing the truth? They shared the same uncertainty. "I don't know how to tell an American that I love him and want to marry him." She hesitated. "He might think I'm rushing things, pressuring him. But Lavanya, can't you see? He wants you," her inner voice reminded her. "I know. But what if he doesn't want marriage? What if he wants me but refuses to marry me? What will I do then?" "Then get to know him more." For the first time, her conscience offered a positive suggestion. She held on to the thought. Meanwhile, Jackie was lost in his own battle. Will she say yes if I propose? Does she even feel the same way? Hugging her had given him some answers, but a small part of him still feared rejection. James's words echoed in his mind. Should I tell her? What if she runs away again? How do I even say it? Damn it. Why is this so difficult? She's just a girl. Just tell her, his inner voice urged. Yeah, but she's an Indian girl. I don't know how to impress an Indian girl. Do I have to sing a Bollywood song while proposing? Bad idea. But she loves Bollywood songs. She hums them all the time. Maybe I should memorize the lyrics to a romantic one. That could work. What the hell are you thinking, you idiot? Yeah, you're right. This is messing with my head. I need to calm down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3. Jackie counted silently, trying to steady himself, but it wasn't helping. Even as they remained in each other's arms, their minds raced with endless thoughts. But eventually, the courage to speak found them both. Mr. Dawson? Lavanya murmured hesitantly. Jackie corrected, emphasizing his name playfully. The deep vibrations of his voice against her sent a shiver through her. She blinked, trying to gather her thoughts. I think I need to talk to you about something. You can talk all day, he encouraged, and for a moment, she thought she could finally say everything she had been holding inside for so long, but before she could, he added, Later, love. Right now, I just want to stay like this for a while. He inhaled deeply, burying his face in her hair, taking in its fresh scent. Lavanya sighed, parting her lips to speak again, but then she felt it, her heart pounding against his chest. Jackie chuckled. Your heart is beating faster, Miss Lavanya, he teased in a hushed whisper, giggling softly. The moment she heard him giggle, she quickly pushed him away and sat up straight. What? He was startled but still smirking. His eyes flickered to her flushed cheeks and the way she kept blinking, avoiding his gaze. Then it dawned on him. His teasing had made her blush. Narrowing his eyes, he asked, Are you blushing, Miss Lavanya? Her eyes shot up to meet his, but after a brief silence, she looked away again. Oh no, not this again. He sighed dramatically. Now, please don't start lecturing me. It was just a hug. I wasn't doing anything inappropriate. He shrugged, then opened his arms invitingly. Come on, you can come back now. But when he leaned forward, she immediately placed her palms on his chest, pushing him back. No, why not? He pouted, looking genuinely confused. She opened her mouth as if to explain, then hesitated, dropping the idea altogether. How do I make you understand, Mr. Dawson? How do I tell you what happens to me when you hug me? When you come close? How? His eyebrows knitted together as he watched her struggle for words. Oh, come on, can't I even hug you? No. She looked away. But why not? I should get going now. Okay, relax. I'm not hugging you. He held up his hands in surrender, then smirked. Miss Indian Verma. She shot him a glare. I mean, Miss Lavanya Verma. He corrected himself with a cheeky grin. She rolled her eyes. Why are you so annoyed? He pressed. She just shook her head slowly. How do I tell you what kind of turmoil I'm in right now? Should I even tell you? All right then, you wanted to talk, he reminded her. Since, apparently, we're not getting back to hugging anytime soon, you can go ahead now. His tone was mocking. No, you should get well first. She hesitated, glancing at him. I can talk later. I'm totally fine now, he insisted. No, sir, you're not? He sighed in frustration. How many times do I have to tell you, love? Call me Jackie? She finished for him. He froze. His amusement was instantly replaced by surprise. Yeah, I was just, He blinked, momentarily stunned. Wow! He was still processing the fact that she had actually said his name. How amazing my name sounds in her voice. I can't, she suddenly blurted out, making him frown. What do you mean? I can't call you that, Mr. Dawson. You're my boss. I'm your friend too, aren't I? He countered. Yes, but still, I just can't, sir. This time it hurt her more than it hurt him. Why are you like this? He sighed, running a hand through his hair. What's going to happen if you call me Jackie? No one's going to sue you for it, least of all me. He was trying to make light of it, but she didn't laugh. She wasn't in the mood for playful banter anymore. There were bigger things on her mind, things she needed to figure out before it was too late. You should rest, Mr. Dawson. I should leave now. You wanted to talk, he reminded her. Yes, but we'll do that later. Get well soon. Hey, is everything okay with you? He watched her carefully, trying to read her expression. Yes, sir, everything is fine. She half lied. She was relieved that he was feeling better, at least physically. But inside her heart a storm was brewing, one that she wasn't sure she could contain much longer. Then, why do you seem lost? He narrowed his eyes at her. She just stood there, staring at the man she loved. But when she felt her eyes turning glossy, she quickly blinked away the tears and stood up hurriedly to leave the room. I can't talk about it now, sir. I'm sorry. She made up her mind. The medicines are on the table. You must take them on time. I'll send Jamal to check on you, she announced before stepping out. She knew it wouldn't be easy to escape his questioning eyes, so she avoided looking at him as much as possible. But, I want you here? Jackie started to say, but before he could finish, she closed the door behind her. He stared at the door, unable to make sense of her sudden shift in behavior. A series of questions ran through his mind. What happened to her? Why is she acting so strange today?
Lavanya's POV. I heard his soft, pleading words, but I forced myself to ignore them. The moment I shut the door behind me, I let out a deep, weary sigh and leaned against it, closing my eyes. It's getting harder and harder to look into his eyes. How am I supposed to ask him something so out of the blue? If he loves me, that would be wonderful. More than wonderful, actually. But what about marriage? Would he be ready to marry me? His culture is different from mine. People in his country usually live together before marriage. And here in India, that's still a big deal. Wait, why am I even thinking about a live-in relationship? I'm someone who believes in marriage, and my parents would only allow me to live with a man after marriage. But all of that comes later. The first question is, does he love me at all? And what if my question surprises him? If he doesn't feel the same way, will he take it lightly? Or will he react in a way that will make things awkward? Just thinking about it made me cringe. I was so lost in my thoughts that I didn't even realize how long I had been standing there. Taking a deep breath, I straightened up, turned slightly, and glanced at the door one last time before heading downstairs. In the kitchen, I found Jamal. Jamal, I'm leaving now. Take care of Mr. Dawson, okay? Make sure he eats something light and takes his medicines on time, I reminded him. Then, stepping into the living room, I grabbed my handbag and walked out of the duplex. Outside, the ground was still damp from last night's heavy rain. I walked quickly, but for some reason, my feet halted right where we had danced the night before. Why am I feeling like this? Everything was fine last night, even this morning. But now? Now, I can't shake off this feeling that something is wrong. Something doesn't feel right. Or maybe I was just shaken by seeing Mr. Dawson so unwell. Was that why I was feeling so uneasy? I tried to convince myself, but it wasn't helping. After a few minutes of silent turmoil, I found myself knocking on my apartment door. Daddy opened it, looking at me with an unreadable expression. Lavanya, he sounded surprised. You're back from work already? No, Didn't go, I replied, stepping inside. Mama was standing in the living room holding her phone. When she heard my voice, she looked up. Lavanya? Her brows furrowed. Beta, you're home so soon? Before I could answer, Daddy spoke on my behalf. She didn't go. Mama frowned, confused. But why? Daddy gave me a pointed look. That's exactly what I'm wondering. When I didn't answer, Mama spoke again. Then where were you all this time? Beta, you're not feeling unwell, are you? No, I'm fine, just tired after the shoot. I need to rest. I lied and turned to walk towards my room. But as I did, I heard Mama whispering something to Daddy behind me. You tell her, she whispered. No, you tell her, he whispered back. I turned around, catching them off guard. They immediately straightened up, eyes wide. What? I frowned. Nothing, beta, Daddy replied a little too quickly. Mama nudged him with her elbow. What do you mean, nothing? She gave him a look, then turned to me with an unusually sweet smile. Lavanya, beta, come sit with me. She patted the sofa, gesturing for me to sit. I hesitated but sat down. She seemed excited about something. Actually, the thing is, she glanced at Daddy, who was now smiling too. Then, looking back at me, she continued. Virat's mother called and they showed your kundlis to the Pandit and he said they match perfectly. She beamed. My heart started hammering inside my chest. I had been expecting something, but not this. It wasn't happiness I felt. It was fear. A deep, unsettling fear of losing someone. And Mama trailed off, exchanging another look with Daddy. The good news is, you're getting engaged in 4 days. The words hit me like a wave, leaving me frozen. My mind went completely blank. I could only hear my parents' voices echoing in the living room. I know, it's sudden. We don't have much time, but we said yes because we want you to be happy and settle soon. You both love each other, so your father and I thought, why delay unnecessarily? I need to tell them the truth. No, you can't. Look how happy they are. My inner voice silenced my thoughts. I turned to look at my parents. Their faces were glowing with joy. They are happy. Very, very happy. Yes, and if you tell them the truth, they'll think you're confused. They'll feel humiliated in front of others. I sighed, feeling utterly disappointed in myself. Lavanya, Mama's voice pulled me back. Huh? I snapped out of my thoughts. She studied my face with concern. Is everything okay? No, Mama, nothing is okay. Yes, everything is fine. I forced a weak smile. She relaxed and smiled back before turning her attention to Daddy. They quickly became engrossed in discussing the engagement. Plans, decorations, the venue. We won't invite too many people, just close relatives, Daddy said. Mama nodded. Yes, but the wedding should be grand. For the engagement, I was thinking we could use the conference hall in our society. What do you think? Not bad, Sudha. You've been getting smarter after living with me for so many years. Daddy joked, and Mama rolled her eyes before playfully punching his arm. It was obvious. They were overjoyed. I forced a small smile and stood up. I needed to escape this conversation. They didn't stop me. They were too busy, too excited, too caught up in planning an engagement I wasn't sure should happen. The moment I entered my room, anger consumed me and I immediately dialed Virat sir's number. He didn't pick up, which only frustrated me more. I threw my phone onto the bed, breathing heavily, not just because I was upset and panicked, but because I was furious and deeply disappointed. Virat sir's eagerness combined with my unfortunate fate felt suffocating. I was sitting in front of my dressing table when my phone rang. I picked it up and saw the caller ID. Virat sir. Taking a deep breath, I answered, trying to keep my voice as calm as possible. Hello? Hello, soon to be Mrs. Oberoi. His tone was cheerful, but it only made my anger flare. I clenched my jaw. Where are you? Home, I replied coldly. Yeah, I figured. But why didn't you come to the office today? We're editing the ad film. You should be here. You know, I was missing you too. You look absolutely stunning on screen. I ignored the compliment and got straight to the point. Virat sir, my parents said, oh yeah, that's exactly why I've been calling you since morning. But as usual, you never picked up. His voice carried mild irritation. Anyway, so, finally, we're getting engaged in 4 days. How do you feel? His tone suddenly shifted to excitement. I swallowed hard. Don't you think it's happening too fast? What do you mean? He chuckled. We've known each other for years, Lavanya. We love each other. I stared at my reflection in the mirror. Do we? So, if we're getting engaged, what's so fast about that? We're going to get married sooner or later anyway. I know, but... I tried to explain, but he cut me off. But what, Lavanya? Why are you acting so strange these days? Are you having second thoughts? His voice carried a sharp edge, making my heart race. No, I'm not. I hesitated. Lavanya, it's normal to feel nervous. It happens. We're getting engaged. It's a big step. Don't overthink it, just enjoy this time. With me. He softened, sounding more reassuring now. Okay? After a moment's silence, I forced myself to respond. Good. Okay, I have to go. We're deep into the ad editing today. I'll talk to you later, bye. Before I could say another word, he hung up. I let out a long sigh, feeling utterly helpless. What am I going to do? Everything was happening too fast. It felt like an unstoppable force dragging me along with it. Help me, God. Please show me the way. I closed my eyes and prayed that somehow my silent pleas would be heard.